My colleague, Honorable Mercy Chebeni, for her very exhaustive statement that she's just made pertaining the Youth International Day. I want to first of all say that I'm a proud senator who is a youth, and I want to say that we are the youth.
Order. Proceed, Senator Malala.
I
I was creating order for you to proceed.
I want to repeat that I am a youth. I was born in 1985, June 30th. And I am a youth, and I'm a proud youth to be here. Mr. Speaker, I can already see the enemies of the youth starting to
Order,
shout.
Senator. Order, Senator. Are there enemies of the youth in this chamber? Or are they outside?
They are outside, Mr. Speaker, but they have
But
sent
you can't see them.
They have sent the agents
But
here.
you cannot see them. If they are outside the chamber, you cannot see them.
Okay, Mr. Speaker.
Just say they are enemies, but they are out of jurisdiction and
Yes.
they exist.
Yes, we have the invisible and the visible enemies. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate that the youth form a bulk of the Kenyan population. But it is very sad in the current dispensation that the youth of this country are not being given the focus and the attention they deserve, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you will find that when a youth completes his formal education and wants to pursue his career, you will find that we have a lot of obstacles on their way, Mr. Speaker. An innocent, welcome, Honorable Maura.
Order, Senator, that is not your business. Order. Order, Senator.
Yes.
You are out of order.
Yeah. True. Yeah, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Senator
You
was
are
very
out
colorful.
of order, Senator Malala.
Okay. So, Mr. Speaker, just to continue with my contribution, we have a lot of obstacles in the path of a youth who is pursuing his career. When a youth goes for an interview, he is asked a lot of questions and a lot of documentation which hinder their dreams, Mr. Speaker. A youth from university, for instance, will be asked for 10 years experience. How will a youth who is just from university get 10 years experience for him to get a job? Mr. Speaker, the same youth will be asked to produce KRA clearance certificate. He has never earned any money. He has never done any business. Why do you demand KRA clearance from a student who has just completed school? That youth will be required to produce a certificate of good conduct. Mr. Speaker, our youth are not criminals. Why do you ask for a certificate of good conduct to a law-abiding citizen like a youth? And yet we know thieves in this country who do not produce certificate of good conduct.
Senator Malala, is your case that anybody below that 5 years cannot commit a crime?
No, I'm just trying to build my foundation on how the youth face obstacles before they get employment, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, even in this parliament, Mr. Speaker, youth-related issues are not handled seriously. The other day, you saw they reduced the budget for the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, the NYS. Why do we reduce budgets for the youth-oriented organization? And yet, we have organizations which have a lot of corruption, and their budgets are not reducing in every financial year, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, however, I want to say that our Constitution provided for a platform for us to nurture youthful leadership. I want to appreciate that Article 176 of this Constitution established the county assemblies. And in establishing the county assemblies, it brought leadership nearer the youth in the grassroots. And I would want, as Mr. Speaker, to encourage more youth, and as a young legislator, to encourage more youth to vie for the position of members of county assembly. And Mr. Speaker, yesterday, while I was following the proceedings in the National Assembly, I was aggrieved by the fact that certain leaders in the National Assembly believe that the position of a member of county assembly is a village position, is a position for those people who are not informed. I want to state here categorically, Mr. Speaker, that the position of a member of county assembly is a distinguished position, is a platform whereby young people can exercise their leadership position. Yesterday, Honorable Adel Duale, the leader of majority in this.
Order, Senator. You are aware about the standing orders. Order, Senator. Resume your seat. I have not order, Senator Malala.